Every morning for 40 days, I lead a group in something called 40 Days of Abundance. Today was day 18. So what happened? Have you ever led a group and all of a sudden the Wi-Fi goes out? This is not just any group, it's a meditation. And so the Wi-Fi goes out and I'm thinking a little bit of like panic starts. I start to feel like, oh my gosh, the Wi-Fi is not working. First it had gone out on my phone. I don't know why. I was in the same place, but my phone went out, and it's where I have the meditation, so I can be looking down and not looking at the screen. And then that came back on, but the computer, it went off on the computer, was with the Zoom. And so I thought to myself, when I felt that little bit of a niggle, I thought, this is a stability moment. I'm training myself for these stability moments. I had a couple of other ones today too, but this one was really interesting because this happens to us a lot. You know, I mean, to many of us, we have the technology stops, and it's almost like that, oh no, like, oh my gosh. And we can literally go into the spiral down. We can go into that programmed reactor, that state of where we just move into our programs. And it is that pause, taking that pause and recognizing I'm feeling a little bit of oh no-ness, oh panicness, oh something. And that's when we get to say, okay, what's a microstability that I can do? Literally, I find that the best microstability that's very accessible is taking a breath and going, and then dropping my shoulders and then dropping them again. Because then I know I think my necklace is hitting the microphone. Anyway, so that moment, that can happen to a lot of us, whether you're leading a meeting, you forget your notes for a speech or presentation, or when you lose something important, you get somewhere like you have to renew your driver's license and you forget all your paperwork, or all of those things. And in that moment, what people don't realize is that it's not what happened. It's not that you forgot. It wasn't that the Wi-Fi went out on my Zoom. That's not what the issue is. The issue is that moment, that nervous system spiral that follows, and the chemicals that just like flood through our bodies when we start panicking. Oh my gosh. And and so when we take that pause and we do a microstability, whatever that is, put your feet on the ground and feel the earth beneath you, or whatever, just to stabilize yourself, or take a breath, or lift your shoulders and then drop them again, whatever it is for that type of moment, because you can stack those microstabilities, like doing the breath and doing the shoulder drop, or putting your feet to the ground, or doing anything else, going and getting a sip of water. I didn't really have time to go do that. But what I did was create the capacity, so I didn't spiral, I didn't panic, so I had full cognition. I was able to think through and say, it's going to come back on, and then I'll have to re-record and get that. I had to think through stuff. So that is a stability moment. And we know that because we have the ability. That's when we recognize we have a choice, and we really do have a truth. So what mattered wasn't that the Wi-Fi went out. What mattered is what happened next. And years ago, before this practice, I probably would have just spiraled. In fact, I would have. I know that for a fact because it happened before. So, but today, there was no apologizing, there was no anything. It's just like, just keep going. And, that because a lot of times there's the rushing, the stressing, the apologizing profusely, trying to control everything when it feels totally out of control. And today, I noticed the pressure, and it's that pressure, you feel that pressure, and that's when you take that pause. It's like, I could spiral right here, but you choose. So today, I chose to pause and breathe, and instead of spiraling, I stayed present and was able to figure out what to do next. So everything reconnected, it all worked. So when something suddenly goes wrong, before reacting, pause for that one breath. It's really important that you do that, because the moment that you regulate your nervous system first, because that's what goes. We get triggered and that's what goes. The nervous system is just like, and why does it keep going? Because then the chemicals flood our body, and then forget it. We're in survival. We're going to survive no matter what. And your self-talk phrase today is, no matter what happens, I stay calm enough to handle it. Or I like this one. I do not need panic to solve this. I do not need panic to solve this. I wrote that incorrectly. I do not need panic to solve this. So that's when you panic, when you start, first of all, these are programs. You can always rewire these programs. These programs are they looking at me? Do they know I messed up? Do they approval, affirm, all of those, or I messed up and this is horrible? I mean, who knows what those programs are that are running around inside our heads telling us that, you know, we really screwed up or something, you know, but it's just not like a really big deal if you think about things that have happened. It's like they always work out for the best, no matter what. They may not be comfortable, but they still work out. So no matter what happens, I can stay calm enough to handle it. Life will always have interruptions. Life will always be throwing you a curve. Technology will fail. You know, people will disappoint if you are looking for them to be externally your stabilizer. External instability, that's a part of life. That external instabilities, I tell you that all the time. It's part of our lives. Stability is learning how to stay internally grounded, and while solving the problem, even while solving the problem. Like that's in the moment, choosing to ground yourself, to stabilize yourself internally. That's the work, and that's today's stability moment. Isn't that exciting? So I love you so very, very mucho. Everything is always in the description, so you can find the spiral, the stability spiral, the PDF. It is free. Then I have the 6 weeks to stability empowerment, the course that's there, and always the 30 days free to rewire your brain, that app, that's always there. I love you so very, very mucho. You can do, be, change, have, create, become absolutely anything. I believe in you. You can do this. As always, shining my light to brighten yours. And we will see you for today is day 39. So, oh my gosh, we are on day 39 of the stability moments of 365. We've just begun. We're babies in stability moments. So hang on to your heinies, because this is we got lots more to go. If you have a stability moment, if you have something that gets you, put it in the comments, and let's use that as a stability moment, something that you've gone through, that you have paused and decided, I'm going to be an internal operator, I'm going to not spiral. I'm choosing to be not a programmed reactor. So an internal operator, but the program reactor just spirals. These are states, not people. So I choose the state of an internal operator. Share that in the comments if you would like to. We will see you tomorrow. Ciao, ciao.